Is it the poor sister of Virtuosa, or is it the best MSC ship ever? I've just got off MSC Euribia, and here I am with our full review. Yes, I'm Tom from Cruising with the 4Bs. How do we review our ships? Well, since COVID, we have got 8 categories. Those categories are embarkation, the ship, the cabin, entertainment, the food, the service, the destination, and whether it's value for money. We give it a score out of 40. We base it completely on our own opinion and our experiences on that cruise. You may have a different opinion, so please do let us know, as long as you're polite, in the comments below. We then have a leaderboard. At top of that leaderboard at the moment is Queen Mary, our most recent cruise before this one, and we get a massive 35. But we like all sorts of cruising, because number 2 is Seaview. This cruise was a cruise that started in Hamburg and went all the way to Southampton. MSC embarks on most ports. They are well trained in embarkation, and Hamburg is no different. It's one of the home ports for MSC cruises, and it was a busy day. Almost 5,000 people were embarking that day. Although it was busy, all of the check-in desks were open. There was fast through security, up the bridge. It was really efficient service, as you would expect from a German port and also from MSC. They're starting to introduce now just like Royal Caribbean, you've got your sail pass. Now, these are not for everybody at this precise moment, but over, I imagine, the next month and year, everyone's going to get the set sail pass, and hopefully that means the end of some of the paper tickets. At the moment, you still got to print off your paper ticket, but when I was checked in, I didn't have to use it at all. Ordinarily, I would give Embarkation a 5 out of 5 because it was really efficient. I've watched so many videos of the embarkation of Yacht Club, especially most recently the amazing Sweet Natured. But when I arrived late. I had a nightmare of a embarkation day. My plane was broken on Heathrow. We had to go and get a new plane, blah. Hamburg traffic was terrible. I turned up late. When I first arrived, the guy took my bag, arrived into this little bit of an area in the middle bit. We only really got offered water. I don't know. I don't normally travel this way. Should I have some champagne there? Should I have had some Prosecco? I don't know. It was just a bit of water. There was a cookie, but it just seemed a bit of a strange area right in the middle of the terminal. Now, I've watched these videos where you're escorted off by your butler. He's got this red thing and he walks you through, and the crowds part in the middle and through you go. It wasn't really like that. I got joined in a group of about 10 of us. We went through. We didn't really go past any queues. Felt a little bit rushed. It didn't feel exclusive. It didn't really feel like the Yacht Club. As I said, if I wasn't Yacht Club, that would be excellent. Absolutely excellent. Next time I go in MSC, if I've got it like that, it'll be a 5 out of 5. And once we got to Yacht Club, it was kind of, your cabin's down there, good luck. Was I expecting too much? What do you think? Let us know in the comments down below. So for that reason alone, it would have been a 5 if I had a normal cabin. Because it was Yacht Club, I just wanted a little bit more special, so I've given it a 4 out of 5 for Embarkation. This is my 6th MSC cruise, so I know what to expect from the ships, and to be fair, on this one I was not disappointed. If you're going on as a family, or you're just a fun-loving type of person, I'm sure you are because you're watching Cruising with the 4Bs, then these ships are just brilliant fun. When you first arrive, I absolutely love the Galleria. The LED screens that have got all the light shows there as you head towards the atrium, absolutely love it. It's absolutely spectacular. If we're talking fun, water park, and the high ropes included, I love those too. I was flying down the flumes. I'm not really sure. I should have been when I was just by myself. It's normally for when I've got the kids. But anyway, I was absolutely loving it. Don't forget to sign that waiver. Get the fun pass as well. Now, before you cruise, you do get a lot more value. So it is €70 or £69, and you get 140 euros when you're on board. Great value. On board, it is 70 equals 90, so obviously not as much. But you can use that fun pass in the Sportsplex, where you've got all the amusement games, you've got the bowling, 4D cinema. I can't really remember it much on Virtuosa. On this one, it was brilliant. We did it twice, and we did the clown one, and we also did the zombie one. Definitely worth the 10 credits that we used. The indoor pool. Bring your goggles, really salty, but it's a great place, especially on the winter cruises. Yacht Club, I'm going to do a complete separate video on Yacht Club, so I'll touch on Yacht Club a little bit, but don't worry, there will be a video on here, and for that reason, and that reason alone, you need to make sure you subscribe to this channel. Just press it down below. Loads of cruise content coming along. It is free, and don't forget to hit that notification and that like button if you're enjoying my video. What are the differences between Euribia and Virtuosa? Well, there's about 2 or 3 main big differences, and small differences, but in the atrium, where Rob the Robot was, unfortunately, he's been let go. We don't know why, maybe drinking on the job. But anyway, it's Helios wine experience. And you go there for half an hour to an hour and you pay €35. You can book it in Helios or you can book it down at reception, and it's wine tasting basically. It's all of the rage. When we were on Avia, there was rum tasting, you got gin tasting on Iona. So I think it's a really, really good idea. Is it in the right place though? Would have been better to have a normal bar, maybe a normal wine bar that was included. Big thing here is if you want to purchase a glass or if you want to purchase a bottle, they've got automated machines. You do have to pay extra. You can't use the drinks package in here. Second place that's changed, and excellent, they've listened to feedback, where the carousel bar is. Now on Virtuosa, it's a really, really good paid show. You pay around €12, excellent show, and you get a free cocktail. Problem is though, great in the evening for a couple of shows. The rest of the time, it's a bit useless. You can't really use that lounge throughout the day. It's a waste of space. And a lot of complaints about some of the MSC ships is there's not enough seating. Light bites for breakfast, which are included. There's things like bingo in there throughout the day, but mainly it's just a chill out lounge. You can look out to sea, very, very busy from about 8 o'clock in the evening, and it turns into a big band experience. I absolutely have Masters of the Sea. Brilliant bar. Guitarist playing in the evening, absolutely excellent. I love the views from the Sky Lounge. Those are 2 lounges, excellent. Ones I don't really like, I'm not really a fan of. I think it's a bit of a waste of space. The TV lounge and bar, strange place. I think they could do something a lot better than that. And also the bars around the atrium. This might be a bit strange, but I feel we can have better bars around the atrium. I love the spectacular, you know, all that Swarovski crystals. I love all that. It's great. It's a great. But then the actual bars, I think we could do better with the bars around the atrium. But they're real small niggles. Spa was great as well. I don't really ever go to a spa, but it was included in the package, so I went. And I also love the gym. Very high tech as well. It's at 4.5 out of 5. A question we get asked a lot on MSC is it busy? Is it too crowded? Well, on this cruise, there was average of around 4,500 to 5,000 people on board. Yes, it did feel busy. There was pinch points, the theatre, the gallery of an evening, things like the buffet in the morning between 9 and 10 or a little bit after was very, very busy. But did it cope? Yes, it did. I think there's a big difference between being busy and coping. And every time I sat down, Masters of the Seas or any other bars, I would say within a couple of minutes or less, I was asked if I would like a drink. So yes, at pinch points it was busy, but of an evening there was seats and I was served pretty quickly. MSC cabins, they're functional, they do exactly what they're saying on the tin. This one had a lovely comfy double bed, which would be perfect for a couple. There was just myself in there. Desk area with lots of plugs. There was European USB points which you could stick in, and there was American plugs as well. There was lots of storage space. There was drawer space. Once again, take note, P&O. And your TV as well, which had, if you're from the UK, it had BBC 1, 2, ITV and Channel 4, and also plenty of German, Italian and French channels, and 1,000,001 safety notice channels. Into the bathroom, functional once again. Great bathroom, and it also didn't have a curtain, it had a shower door. Absolutely amazing. What were the negatives? There was a little seating area, which I found was a bit of a waste of space. I'm not really sure in an inside cabin why you'd be sat on that little seat and the little table. For me, it just took up too much space, and I would like a little bit more room. It did feel a bit cramped, and when you're hitting the bathroom door as you come out to the front door, I liked it, and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Next up, it's food on Euribia. What did I like? I always like the buffets on MSC, and it was no different on this one. I headed out of Yacht Club and sampled the buffet. It's got a great variation. You have the family area. There's a set family area where they have child type food, healthy and, you know, a bit of fun food, burger, pizza. Of course, in the main buffet part, the marketplace, there is the pizza. You've got to try MSC pizza. I tried to cut down on my pizza, tried to cut down on my carbs this time. Burger section, a chip section. You have a lot of healthy food, fresh salads. Actually, in the yacht club, we did have the main restaurants, which is kind of like the same type of quality you'll get in the main restaurant and the rest, maybe slightly higher. I was impressed. I loved the breakfast. Lunch was good. And also for dinner, which is the MDR for the yacht club, that was really tasty. I had a lovely steak. First of all, the grill I did find was not as good as Butcher's Cut. So the grill has replaced Butcher's Cut and it has around 75% of the same menu. I had a burger, it was tasty. The onion soup was really nice. I absolutely love onion soup. I don't know why I can't believe I'm saying this, but it did seem to have a bit too much cheese. It just seemed to plump a whole lot of cheese in. But, you know, it was pretty tasty. I was having dinner that evening with my friends from Sail Away, Dan and Jay, and they did have a slight problem that evening with vegetarian. There was no vegetarian option on the menu. They'll go more into it in their review, but I just thought I'd add it here. Even in a grill, I would expect at least one vegetarian option. They couldn't get one from another restaurant either. So what do you think about that? I think in 2023, there should be at least one vegetarian and one vegan option, even in a grill. There now seems to be a real Japanese area on MSC ships, and this had 3 types of restaurants. Kato does the sushi bar, which you can turn up and have your sushi. You have your teppanyaki, which is a brilliant show. Absolutely loved that. We did have another slight problem with vegetarianism. I'll leave you with Dan and Jay on that one. And also there was the street food. Lovely. Really, there's some pictures here now. That was my favourite restaurant. It's a new restaurant to MSC, and I think they're going to put it out in all the other ships. I've got to select your different course, one from each course, and then you have it on the table. One thing I would say about that, and also the grill as well, there is a lot of restrictions. Your dining package for 2 restaurants, 3 restaurants, or 4 restaurants. On MSC ships before, they would have that package up the top, and then you could choose a starter from that. You can join your main course and dessert. On here, it's slightly different in the grill and also in the street food, Japanese street food. If it was extra, it would have a couple of dots next to it and you get it for half price. And it was quite limited in different areas. There seemed to be less choice of included food. Buffet, absolutely brilliant. You've got the MDR. The fast food outlet didn't seem to be open the whole time we're on board. And it really would be nice to have one other options. When you headed on P&O on Avia, you did have the diner, which was included. You had the Olive Grove, which included. I really think MSC would be good if they had one other or 2 other options, even like the nice fast food burger bar, which is included in your cruise fare. I just would like the quality to go a little bit higher on this ship. So for that reason, I've given it a 1, 2, 3 out of 5 for the food. What did I like about the entertainment? Well, as mentioned before, MSC ships are fun ships, and I include the water park, the high ropes, the arcade, the F1, the 4D theatre, all of those as part of the entertainment. You are not going to be bored. If you've got also good throughout the evening, there was guitarists in the Masters of Sea, and he was excellent. It was musicians in the atrium. I enjoyed the parties as well in the Galleria. Now, when I was on Seaview and when I've been on Virtuosa, there seemed to be a party in the Galleria every single night. On this one, there was only 1 or 2 over a 5-night period. Have they cut them back? Let us know in the comments below if you've experienced maybe some cutbacks in the Galleria. Also on Virtuosa, I'm pretty sure we used to have throughout the day, you'd have 3 to 5 minute shows, light shows. They were absolutely excellent. Big plus on the entertainment side of things was the Carousel Lounge. It's now included. Big band is absolutely excellent. Go and check it out. You will need to get there early though, because it was absolutely chocker from 8 o'clock. They also had a DJ in there in the evening as well. So nice to have sort of a kind of nightclubby feel place. It was all strange though. Around 1:45, they put all the lights up. It reminded me of a school disco. Suddenly all the lights are on and you're like, ah, hello, I was kissing you. I wasn't kissing anybody. Don't worry. What I don't like about the entertainment, and it's a repeated theme on MSC, first of all, the daytime entertainment. Now let me get this right. I need to consult my book here of what some of the daytime entertainment was called. Ring toss game, hit the target, cornhole, and inflatable darts. I'm all up for those type of games, but they are a little bit rubbish, in my own opinion. I think MSC could do a lot better in daytime entertainment. I know you've got all the rest of the stuff. You don't really need daytime entertainment. There was also a massive 5-hour gap between entertainment at 10 and entertainment at 3. They just seem to have given up on daytime entertainment. Here's a poll. Just tons of dance classes. But I say that, a lot of the other nationalities on board, and I'm sure other nationalities are watching this, seem to absolutely love the dance classes. They all get involved. They're all very populated, so they know they work. So it's just me that thinks there's too many dance classes. Can't really move. As far as evening entertainment, things that I didn't really like, it was a little bit of a disappointment in the theatre this time. We had the 1920s Circus, which had some excellent performers on there. I did like the guys that were throwing the knives, but the whole thing dragged a little bit. It was a little bit dull. They had the jukebox musical as well. Again, there was nothing really to it. As the couple of people that I was chatting to by the side of me, not while the show was going, wouldn't be that rude, we did say that we would have probably left halfway through, but we just wanted to be polite and we stayed to the end. Hamburg, Zeebrugge for Bruges, Rotterdam for Amsterdam, and also Rotterdam, and Le Havre was our final port. This will be a standard throughout the winter for Euribia, and there's lots to do in all the ports. There's also got the shuttles, which you have tickets for the night before, which you can fill in and then just hand to the people in front of the bus. They average between 10 and 14 euros return per person. The only downside is Le Havre. I know why they go there because of Paris, but for myself, I did take a walk, and it's not the greatest of ports. I prefer someone like Cherbourg, so that's why I have deducted it slightly down to a 4 out of 5. I this year gave one ship a 1 out of 5 for service, and my thoughts on that is nothing personal to do with the crew. Every ship has hard-working, across-the-ship crew. And I always say it was down to bad training, and it just didn't seem like a very happy ship. This ship was the complete opposite, and I'm saying it's personal because I'm giving it a massive 5 out of 5 because I just felt everyone was happy to be there. In Yacht Club was amazing. Hello, Mr. Thomas, how can I help you? Just chatting away to them as well. It was just nice to chat. I mentioned before we had problems with some of the vegetarian meals, and I blame MSC head office for this, not the crew on board. The gentleman that helped us most days in the speciality restaurants, he was absolutely excellent. He tried his best. Masters of the Sea, make sure you say hello to this man. He is a credit to MSC. If you have a happy ship, if crew are happy, then you get happy passengers like myself. It's a 5 out of 5. Just like service, this is an easy one. A massive 5 out of 5 for value for money. We paid £1,300. It was meant for 2. Rachel was meant to go. Unfortunately, at the last minute, she couldn't. So it was just myself, but obviously we couldn't get any money back for herself. But for 2, 1,300 for Yacht Club for 5 nights is amazing. Included in that is your amazing Yacht Club service, your ship within a ship. You also got the drinks package, internet package, and the internet was excellent around the whole of the ship. Access to the spa daily. Will we ever see that price again? I'm not sure. Looking at the prices for next year, Yacht Club is absolutely through the roof. Value for money, no doubt, is a 5 out of 5. The final score was 34 out of 40. That slots it in just above MSC Seaview and just below Queen Mary, which is still at top of our post-COVID cruise leaderboard. Do you agree or disagree on what we said in this video? If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It's completely free. It takes a millisecond and it really, really helps us out. On the screen shortly will be our full ship tour of MSC Euribia. But for now, take a click on that and we'll see you soon on Cruising with the 4Bs.